We are in the so-called rock and roll capital of the world, Cleveland, Ohio, at First Energy Stadium on the shores of Lake Erie. Today, we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the Baltimore Ravens and the Cleveland Browns. Two of the bigger disappointments in the first quarter of the season doing battle here as we get this one underway. Fields it right around the goal line. And he's going to be taken down inside the 10 at about the 8-yard line.
One guarantee I can absolutely make is that all week in preparation, the coach kept telling his team, we're on the road, don't do anything to bring the crowd into it, and that's exactly what they just did. A bad return, and now the home team crowd, they are fired up.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Defensively, speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
On 2nd and 11 now. Lance, he's going to launch this thing way downfield. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Lance. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
Well, they certainly came out firing in this one, and while that one was incomplete, I can't imagine that'll be the last shot that they take in this game.
Here we go, here we go.
Lance to throw for it on 4th down. Open man is Denzel Mims. And he gets it to the 30 when it's all said and done. Defensively, a bit of a collapse, allowing the 4th down play to result in 23 yards. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Again, it's Lance. And he'll just get rid of it.
It's nothing like pressure to affect the accuracy and the timing of a guy trying to throw the football. And on that play, they ended up flushing him to his left, contacted him as he's trying to throw the football, and that led to the incompletion.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Here's Lance to throw it. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. And Lance now to throw. Looking sideline, incomplete.
What would look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Right open. Yellow blue. Blue strike. Strike blue. Yellow, blue. Strike, right. Field, left. Ready.
Now Lance again. Flush to his right. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. That one goes for 24 yards.
Ready.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 27. And Lance going to throw. Buying time to his left. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Ravens get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Justin Tucker for the extra point. And the Ravens lead at 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. That's to about the 28. 2nd down coming up.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Second down, here's Chubb again. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. The Browns at 1-3 here in the early part of the year. Well, they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So you know they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
They'll get this up to about the 44. Well, this defense for the Ravens, they had certainly had their struggles to start the season, but they put it all together in getting that first victory a week ago.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
They'll try the air now with Watson. Man open, that's Anthony Schwartz. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They give the Chubb out of the gun. And some space here. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. 50 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Now it's Watson. Njoku pulls this one in. He's got it for a Cleveland touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Browns respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. Elliott good with a PAT. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Taken at the goal line. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21.
On the ready.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. As the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series.
Let's go now.
Here's second and a yard.
Watch out now. 50 series. Ready?
Here's a handoff out of the gun. It's a room to maneuver. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there.
Yeah, and that's a run born out of ferociousness. He took on that initial contact and in his mind just screamed, "Out of my way," and kept right on going and wound up turning it into a big play.
Lance now on first down. He's going to air one out. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, it hasn't been a banner first half for the defense trying to cover him today, but they'll take that one right there, helping force that incompletion.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. Now Lance. Escaping the pressure right. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
To throw, it's Lance. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 29-yard line. Hands it off out of the gun. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's second and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. A long way to go here on third down for the 8th play of the drive. Throwing now is Lance. And the pressure gets to him again. Third and long, you knew that he was going to throw it. He just couldn't find anybody to throw it to.
Yeah, and it shouldn't have been a surprise, but that was perfect execution of their nickel defense. That fifth defensive back, the extra defender, he really tightened up things downfield in coverage, and they were able to get to him in the pocket.
He's got the leg, but it's no good. He missed it right, and this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2. So it's an empty trip downfield there as they get a missed field goal on fourth down.
And I didn't see anything in the setup. It's a good snap, good hold.
Yep.
He just pushed it, and that one never wanted to come back.
They begin this drive with Chubb. Asante Samuel Jr. that time up to make the tackle. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. From the gun, here's Watson. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. And now the Ravens are going to take another timeout. That's their 2nd, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Off of play action, it's Watson. Going right side here, and that's complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great effort there. 39 yards. And the Browns have taken the lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. On the return, Westbrook from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
Okay, ready?
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind.
He's got a man complete. And he'll be brought down at the 27. Long developing route there on the post corner, but it was worth the wait.
It certainly was. I love the way you described it because you do have to sell the post. Usually a couple of steps towards the middle of the field in order to get the defender to turn his hips. And then he breaks off towards the corner, and off he goes. Well executed.
Ready?
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. 58 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
This is going to sound crazy, but that type of a carry, big-time run, actually brings a high and a low to it. The high, of course, is the run. But the low, he didn't quite get to the end zone, just short of the pylon. What do you think he's doing in the huddle right now? Guaranteed he's lobbying for the football.
Here we go.
A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal.
Yellow, run.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. How about this Browns defense? They've held so far. This is now 3rd and goal. A final shot before half for Lance. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. A great play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Ravens have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half. Tucker with the extra point, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a time ball game here heading to break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. Oh, a good return up past the 30. Still going. And he will score. Touchdown, Cleveland.
That was a special return, and it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams coach's head coach to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times when they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules, and if you do, you're taking on some responsibility, but he was happy to do so there.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Well, Charles, you and I said at intermission, feels like we're set up for a good second half. Well, the other side scored. Now it's up to them to answer. How do they respond here with their first drive of the second half?
Well, bottom line is they just saw the ball go in the end zone against their defense, and they saw what good offense looks like. They believe they've got a good offense as well. Run the best plays you've got to the top performers you have and try to move that ball down the field for an answering score.
To throw again on second down. Lance eluding the pressure right. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. 36 yards on the play. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Lance looking to throw it.
And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. From the 31, Lance. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Now Tucker to add the PAT. The kick is through the uprights to tie this game, but hang on a second. We do have a flag.
And that flag accepted.
Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10
at their 25-yard line. Here's Nick Chubb as they try to fire up this run game. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. And he will find his man Schwartz. That's complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland.
I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
And sometimes you see big plays develop on a route like this, a slant route. And the object, very simple. Get the ball to your receiver in stride. This one was right on the money. He didn't miss a beat. And then it's off to the races, and there he goes.
And the final clocking on the next-gen stats. Look at this, 22.3 miles an hour was his top speed. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Now Lance unable to escape, and down he goes. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Throwing is Lance on 3rd down.
And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not.
Now following that last play, I do believe we're going to get a review here. Yes, indeed, the red flag is out. So that challenge not successful there, and that's going to cost him the first of his timeouts. Lance and company going on 4th down.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. On 1st down, Watson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They started this drive backed up against the wall by the turnover, but I love their fight. Planted their feet and forced the incompletion on 1st down.
3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
They'll run with Chubb. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Back to throw, Watson. Dumps this to his running back, Chubb. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play. And now we've got a 3rd and goal situation.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Now Watson on 3rd and goal. Njoku pulls this one in. He's got it for a Cleveland touchdown. Deshaun Watson, 4 touchdown passes now in the ball game.
And the Browns get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead now up to 14. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Ready.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on fourth down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
Let's go now.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Lance. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL.
Ready.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Lance. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The Ravens on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Here's Lance. Oh, he's got his tight end pitch complete. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 36. Operating from the gun. Lance. He's going to air one out. And that is incomplete.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Let's go.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Shotgun now for Lance. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Myles Garrett. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. But they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Here we go. Plastic, 6. Field 3. Cut.
Desperation time here. Lance. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Ravens go for it, but come up empty. And this Browns defense stands tall. So that's the 2nd time this game they've given it up on 4th down. They're now 1 for 3 on 4th down conversion tries.
But they must feel good about what they're doing, right? They continue to go for it on 4th down. Give the defense a lot of credit, though. They've stopped them 2 out of 3 times. Usually, you have 4th down plays that you have dialed up and ready to go, and you think are going to be successful. Not so far in this game.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down, and he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces, and I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete. The Browns send out their punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the fourth quarter. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot.
Here we go.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a two-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
He's got a man complete. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A big play there. 87 yards.
And the Ravens have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. They'll try and wind down some clock with Chubb. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. The Browns send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And where will this be spotted? The side judge says it went out just across midfield.
Here we go.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Well, the defense got its job done, forcing the punt. Now the formula pretty simple. They need to find the end zone here. A field goal doesn't help them much.
Right, 97. Go red.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down.
And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down.
On play action, Lance. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And this is caught inside the 5.
And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down at the 2. So close.
So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and goal with this game still hanging in the balance. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal.
Stop. 17.
They'll try to run this one in, and he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there with his 4th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And no sweat. He puts it through, and we are tied here in the fourth. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Cleveland offense ready to go.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time.
92 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Watson to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. He's got a man, complete. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the fourth. Elliott on for the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
On the ready.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there, because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
Ready.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Lance looking to throw.
Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down.
Well, they got the yardage they needed there, picked up the first down, got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have, as well as the understanding where they are in the field?
Here's Lance. And incomplete, he dropped it. Maybe a rookie mistake there, 2nd down.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think
and he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Now Lance.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout. as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on third down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
Lance back to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Not able to go anywhere that time. Second down.
Usually the offense has an answer to anything a defense throws at them, including a safety valve. And that's what they did on that play. They went there, but the defense still made an excellent play and held them to no gain.
Come on, back.
Back to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. The way he's throwing the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like having there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's throwing it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions. And that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
He's back to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. Now one more shot at it. Obviously, again, they've got to go for the end zone.
Well, we've seen it happen before. How about Aaron Rodgers throughout his career? He seems to pull it off about every other week. But if I'm the defense, I'm rushing the quarterback and making him move away from his throwing arm. That makes it a little bit tougher to get it downfield.
One final try now for Lance. And this is caught. And he's in for the touchdown with the clock reading triple zeros. And the extra point, if they hit it, will send this thing to overtime.
Yes, sir, that touchdown puts them in striking distance. And let me tell you something, forget being conservative here. Go for it, go for two.
Well, going for it on the road. Want to win it right now.
Want to win it right now, have the momentum, go ahead and get it done.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll be left with just one remaining here at OT. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And everyone knows the OT rules, Charles, but pretty simple formula. They go down and get a field goal, we continue play, but if they can find the end zone on this possession, ball game over.
And as meticulously as all teams plan for a game, I I don't doubt for a second on that offense coordinator's play sheet, he's got some overtime plays that he wants to run. I know it sounds crazy, but they plan for everything. 1st and 10 all the way throughout the game, 2nd and 7, whatever. Right now, he's looking at that play sheet saying, if we get to overtime, what can we break out that they haven't seen? And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
3rd and 8 situation, a tough spot here in overtime of the opening drive.
Throwing now is Lance.
Wide open receiver complete.
And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
They go back to that well. He's had a great game. Defensively, they haven't been able to stop him. Same thing here in overtime.
And sometimes that goes to the play caller's ego because a lot of times you have so many different plays you want to call, but when you spot a matchup that's working for you or a player that has the hot hand, keep giving it to him. That tells me you're mature as a play caller, and it's working for them in overtime.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Let's give a little credit to the defense on that one. They resisted quite well, and that pass fell incomplete. But this ball game for him, that's just a momentary speed bump. He's played awfully well throwing the football.
Again, it's Lance.
To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Lance now to throw. That's going to be caught by Pitts. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. That's their 2nd and last timeout here in the overtime session. We'll be back.
Okay, ready? Practice, 6. Still green. Yellow. Black shot. Dog red. Ready.
Throwing on 1st down is Lance.
And he completes it to Westbrook.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Two minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied.
2nd and 2. From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here.
82 yards rushing for him now as he is just trying to will his guys to an overtime victory.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Black ultra. Your blue. Blue stripe. White blue. White.
And Lance going to throw.
The open man is Westbrook.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Now a timeout called for by the defense. They'll be down to just one remaining as we step aside here in overtime. Shaping up to be a very efficient opening drive here in overtime.
And can you feel the tension building? Because I'm feeling it, all right? I've got the sweaty palms here with each play because of the enormity of what's going on. Each play means so much in overtime, and they're handling it well as this drive continues.
On On 1st and 10, here's Lance.
And this will be caught. It's a touchdown. And absolute stunned silence here as they have come in and stolen this one in overtime.
Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
And, Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one, because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to a one-possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. And in this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.
So for the Ravens, they move a step closer to 500 as their record improves to 2-3. And they'll have another road date next week with the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for the Browns, they'll fall to 1-4 with a loss. And they'll be at home